think then it will come to justify why a man for the proponent of proponents and no more say some of these exams emra to assess because my culture say on mind bia so person opposition who ye to be your friends say over here very useful and resourceful in the world that is emerging now. Education is quite key and won't mean taking your educational system for granted. And over the years, we will appreciate the fact say oh hen ma course wo kroma with this free SHS. Schools under trees and a whole lot of policies are buying roll the outer. Your school system no consistently no airdrop paper form to the extent say you do baby. Now the only solution you been say young cut pass questions them match man during exams. Now or more enwe baba engo mu team no mo fan control exams. Over the years, and the focus has always been about ensuring that people get A and get ahead. That's all, passing the exams. But as to what I said, education impact net me reform your mono. That particular aspect, that is why the last time I told you, say the very moral foundation of this particular society, break it down because two institutions charged with the duty to ensure, say we build the moral foundation of our kids in this country. If you go to the church and so they don't take time to work on the psyche and on the minds of people. Say baby to be conscientized or more, now you build it or morally to become responsible people in society. Now such nonsense is what is going on in the church. And then in the schools, nobody is building any moral foundation for our kids. And the school, the focus has always been about your friends tuning up for certificate as to whether that particular certificate in better for me or not. We don't care. So everybody is chasing paper. That's why the last time I told you, say, when you have paper, if you Ghana in some certificate, you can't see anything because the focus has always been not about developing the human mind, but it's about chasing paper. And I add there in this particular sense. So just imagine, say, unipa way, a work classroom not child bad there. No need I can't by the language. Yes, I agree with you to a certain extent, but the reality is in Ghana, that is what we have adopted as an official language. And we need to build upon because a country like the United States of America, English no more adopted. Omo free baby UK for na de call ho Canada your friends say English in your way UK for na call ho no more de call and there are several other countries but these people have been able to use this language to develop to where they are. So language has never been a barrier because say I don't accept say that is what we want to do ya giatum and I dey official business we are the chira there. So we a teacher ni na say ya for say ko chira there ade na wo ko chira nya harisa na wo de ko chira there and nya twi na wo de ko chira there. So you must be up to the belly to ensure say you are able to impact properly. But the question that I'm asking myself is how they got there in the first place. That is the question we should be asking. Because putting it on paper like this, I don't know, it's just one phase of it. But the question is, and I'm more get it there because how is that exams and the so crime ben or fast so and you see. Children in their formative years, and the captain. So when you're careful, now you will leave your children in the hands of Obia Sebi Onimyansa, walk forever.
Ayo.
And cry in their formative years, again, it's like it's empty. I feel now all back to be orientated. I feel now some orientation. That orientation is moral, psychological, your friends say social, political, everything. So Akrana would not come teacher that person should be competent enough to be able to give that particular child proper orientation. Sebaya and no best serve as a foundation going forward, no overbuild it on. That is why the last time I was telling you, say, and Krana was a kindergarten school kitchen. Yamani pass everywhere, so I'm passing exams into Uncle Cranadi and a danger and they're supposed to cry too. Because they are the people who are going to work on the minds and on the psyche of those children. And they are going to lay the foundation upon which so just imagine say wakura wadi 2 years and now when you are in the team now we not come will be a sebi only the left from the right. Now ordinary sakra na shedinsa. The foundation and that will build on. And then you know can be the educational system na do. So I think they're going forward, I say you sanitize your school system. Now you're making sure say product air ban because of your born here na a kind of me I don't blame the teachers because Kwanya Mafasa Motime maneuver to get their way through neutral clearly say system there are structural loopholes that we need to set up as people and plug them. Now your educational system over the years yet had a nipa can but because if you look at the current state of our secondary schools, the kind of tuition and are not exposed to, the kind of challenges and the troubles they are going through to the sense that we are not quite a problem more in there and cannot continue school 1 month, near about 3 months and then as a form Nina affect the kind of quality education munya sa ankrofo ya na eba besia kon nam tertiary institution ya na waba oba ono ankasa na half big so that half big teacher no oba dan impact it. And if you go to our universities, that is the same problem that we are facing because the same people are on the call to the university. You go and pass through the system, change certificate, come back home, there will be no impact on the personal development bi enu a obehu ono betimi aba and aba be mo obi enti na ya bedru a level ene Saman for graduating from our universities, our tertiary institutions, corporations, and as a foreign who are supposed to your friends employ these guys, see them as so they prefer to retain their retired brains, due for retirement, at the expense of these new graduates who is supposed to be given the opportunity. That is the problem. So going forward, I think that the educational system there are a lot of fundamental problems that you need to set up. One, the disconnect between academia and the job market. Quite ben never for so you bridge. You say ya sabi. Obi free school bar. Obi to me a transit into the job market without a challenge because the last time I made country about China and educational system how they've been able to design it in such a way. Say if you go school num krana. Wait me ya juma ye. Wait me ya juma. And in the other places, US in as a forum and no school ma. Some of them are working while they are in school. Because it's not about just school, it's about how our school no contribute to the economy but because of any plan, any structure biano, basa. And when you teach a new who say and there are a lot of them in it. I think say so just imagine this person standing in the classroom one natural body school fees. I'm hoping say you will be that. Just imagine. Common sentences require you can't string it together. So if this is the person, Obano wadina and this person like this, the other kind of salary, yadiatia Kenya and young no, na yanjina your interest in your sanjin kahon because I'm quite what do over the years, and ya the ketua. What I say. So you can't blame them because system no allow we need to work on our educational system from the basic to the top level. That is why I mean what problem with the education minister or kwada the everybody timano the aba or the way yaba when there are fundamental problems we need to address and tackle. And I say you addressing those challenges from the basic who say be flow because Accra start school. Opa omo no course secondary school no. Uko school do secondary school na sa one tebrofo a o kwa na nyina pa akwaye PhD o tebrofo because at that your friends a basic level no na mind no ultimate develop no do dia kan nyina aye de wan kasa betimi aye dia to a so at that basic level no when you ya forever you are doomed forever. That is why we need to take things serious. Say secondary education aye kan ho asem free SHS policy no nyeni pa nyina le benya ba kwan ya fa so ayeye no enya da se eboa entime mboa ma quality na ye pe ne yensa nka ama educational system na ye see one time. So going forward ye nyina engage stakeholders na people who matter the kind of input ne kan niam amanfo betimi dia bam ama yetimi reform the system ne se be ya nkwan be benefit no. That is what really matters. It is not about rolling out a policy just keke. It is about policy, having an impact, an objective. This is say when you achieve those things. Never my education system not effective. Now say do what I think that some of these things in a bit free.
All right.